Animal Jam Creepypasta Seasonally Secret. Hi Jammers. Today I'm going to be doing my first creepypasta. So yeah, let's begin. It all started one day in Jamaa. Well, back on the second week after Animal Jam had been opened to public. So not many players then played on Animal Jam, which play on Animal Jam now. And you may think it's just a coincidence, but there is more meaning than you would have ever imagined. There was one person with a wolf whose name was Dark. Doug was never seen in any of the world, and never had anybody's, or never wore anything, or never put anything in a den. They were just a completely black wolf, with evil white eyes. There was another Jamaa called Just One. They were the most popular Jamaa at the time. They had so much friends, and were known for making the best outfits. Just One was kind and friendly, while Dark was mysterious and malicious. They were both complete opposites, but yet, in some way, they were both the same. Dark hovered in his den one day and stood still and lifeless. Jess was up to her usual business, hanging out with her buddies. At some point, Jess One decided to buy a new item from the clothing store, but instead of being teleported there, she strangely got teleported into Dark's den. All of Jess's online buddies followed her, confusedly. Jess One looked around the den, wondering what had happened, when she saw Dark. "Hi," she said curiously. Her buddies stood back in horror. "Just One, you can't be here. That guy is a total freak," they stuttered, but were soon silenced by their chat, which somehow, from being restricted chat, turned to bubble chat, and bubble chat doesn't allow you to say anything. Only Just One could talk. The first thing Dark said in his whole experience of Animal Jam was, "Season." Confusedly, Just One replied, "Autumn." Dark's eyes seemed to go transparent, and his mouth opened to a snarl. Animal Jam animations weren't meant to do that. "Spring," Dark snarled. Just One shook her head. "I'm pretty sure it is autumn." Dark's Come to Jamaa. Sorry. "I'm pretty sure it's autumn. Come to Jamaa Township and I'll show you." So Dark and Jess One both went to Jamaa Township, followed by Jess One's concerned buddies. Leaves were falling all over Jamaa Township, bright oranges and reds and goldens, sparkling in the dazzling sunlight, rich and prepared for the upcoming winter. Dark peered around, but was not convinced. "Spring!" he snarled and glared at Jess One. "Liar!" Dark's black fur suddenly started to vaporize, turning black into a black puddle like tar. The puddle seeped into the concrete of Jamaa Township and all over the leaves and trees. Eventually, over Just One and her buddies. All was left of the Dark were his eyes, floating on top of the water dexterously. Just One couldn't believe her eyes at this atrocious dark blue and purple plants shot up, plants like the ones phantoms grew, and began spawning several phantoms. "Spring!" snarled a voice. Just One glared at the eyes. "Stop right now or I'll get you banned by AJHQ," she snarled. She got her buddy list and suddenly all her buddies came to the place she was in. If she hadn't been such a great friend, they wouldn't have even been bothered, but no. There was something about Just One which made everyone smile and want to be her. As soon as the buddies set foot on the grotesque land, they couldn't leave. Just One attempted to search Dark up but was unable to. His username was invalid. Just One's buddies couldn't talk, but they all put up emoticons. They were all the frightened, sad ones with tears, and huddled close to Jess. The black liquid Dark possessed started seeping into Jess One and her buddies now, up into their fur, pulling them down to the ground as if vines were wrapping around them. Their fur clenched by hot stickiness. It went into their mouths, tasting like strong, salty blood. It went up their ears, into their eyes, so they could no longer see, and up their noses, so they were unable to breathe. Just One tried logging out, but was unable to. She tried turning off her computer, off, but a whole virus had got into the system, shooting up inappropriate ads which kids should not be able to see. The ads blocked just about every icon you could click, and by clicking them just spawned some more ads and viruses. Finally, the screen went back black for a whole 5 minutes, but eventually it went back to Animal Jam. Breathing heavily, Jessamine closed her eyes, counted to 3, then opened them, only to see her wolf. No, it wasn't her wolf. It couldn't be, could it? It was completely black, just like dark, and had evil eyes, except these eyes were completely see-through. They were like holes going through her head. Her beautiful wolf, rich with colour and amazing accessories with designs that only Jess one could come up with, were all gone. All of her buddies were gone too. Her whole buddy list no longer showed up. It was too much for Jess one. A life without her buddies? Never! She loved her buddies too much to be able to keep playing this disgrace of an account. She logged out of Animal Jam and attempted to make a new account, but it wouldn't let her, because the ads were blocking all the icons. Having second thoughts, she tried to log on to Animal Jam with her account, but it didn't exist anymore. Yet there was still one thing that was not cleared up. She logged onto her storage account, Dark. It loaded this time. The wolf was the same, sitting in her den. She saw all of her ex-buddies locked up in cages and smirked. Just one was a good buddy, wasn't she? Abandoning you, joining me. She was with us all along, and you fell for the trap. She acted like all hero-like to make you guys want to stay with her for guidance, and now look what happened to you. Dark changed Animal into a beautiful wolf with unique fashion designs. Dark's username changed to Just One, and she strolled off exquisitely. Time to find some more buddies.